This video is the second in a series of 3 looking at the case system in Old English and how it's used to convey grammatical meaning. Now, this video particularly focuses on the use of the genitive case and its role in clauses, phrases and sentences. And throughout we're going to use the Runic symbol Wynn, which looks like this here, very similar to a P, so you need to be careful when reading that you don't misinterpret it as a letter P when this actually stands for W. And because it looks so similar to the letter P, authors these days use W instead. But just in the name of authenticity, I've chosen to use this symbol, Wynn. Now, the main role of the genitive is that of the possessive, and here we have Farwichingus ofsalochan thas Kuningus Thane. The Vikings killed the king's Thane. Thas Kuningus, the king's, is in the genitive. Both Thas and Kuningus is in the genitive. And so the Vikings have killed the king's Thane. The Thane belongs to the king. So the genitive is used, the king's Thane. Tharwichingus ofteach thar Coena maiden. The Vikings took the queen's maiden. Thar Coena is in the genitive. You can notice the E on the end of Coene. Coene marks it as the genitive. So it was the queen's maiden that the Vikings took. Here, Scythius on the Freya-Wolf's wagon. They travel in Freya-Wolf's wagon. Wayan. Now, Freya-Wolf, Wolves, is in the genitive. Freya-Wolves. Freya-Wolf's wagon. Thus Weaves bulk, the woman's book. Weaves is in the genitive. Thus Weaves, thus is genitive too. Thus Weaves, the woman's book. Thus Bischopus bodung, the bishop's preaching. Thus is in the genitive. Bischopus is in the genitive. Bodung, preaching. So it's the bishop's preaching. It belongs to the bishop. It's the bishop's owns it. Say Massapareos, Thasamanus of Hareo. The priest for the person felt pity. So the priest felt pity for the person. Thasmanas is person, the person. It's there, it's related to them, of them. So it's in the genitive. Of Hareo is pity, and the priest felt pity for the person. Alfredus wife, Alfred's wife. Alfredus wife, Alfred's wife. Alfredus is in the genitive. Now, Old English used a phrasal form that in modern English requires the use of the word of and a reversal of the word order to translate its meaning. So there's a particular phrasal form that you need to, when translating into modern English, you need to reverse it and add the word of. And we're going to call this the genitive rule. When you see something Seaxna Kuning, Seaxna is in the genitive, it's something of the Saxons, Kuning. So it's something of the Saxons, king. So it's king of the Saxons. At Seaxna Hunda Farwurthan, at the hands of the Saxons to perish. So again, Seaxna is something of or relating to the Saxons because it's in the genitive. And then at, of or relating to the Saxons, hands, hunda, plural, hands, farwurthan, to perish. So at the hands of the Saxons to perish. And deruchtenis eia. Now you have the Lord's, something of the Lord, fear. Now to translate in the modern English, it becomes the fear of the Lord. So the order is reversed and we put in of when translating to modern English. Deruchtenis eia, the fear of the Lord. Heavonis harof, the roof of heaven. It's something of or relating to heaven, hence it's in the genitive, and harof, so in translating, reverse the order and put the word of in. Angela yederucht, a company of angels. Angela yederucht, a company of angels. Who's amassed, of or relating to houses, hence plural, and genitive. So who's plural genitive, of houses. Mast, the greatest, so it's the greatest of houses. Helle Grund, the bottom of hell. All right, the genitive can be used to attribute a quality to a thing. This rule is called the descriptive genitive. So das Herr von Likan leaves. So it's leaves is in the genitive, that forms in the genitive, and it's relating a quality to heaven. Das Herr von Likan leaves, the heavenly life. That lamb shall be on Hoetus Hewis. The lamb must be of a white colour. Hoetus, white in genitive. Hewis, colour, also in the genitive. So it's something, it's a quality or a thing of the lumber. That lumber shall be on Hoetus Hewis. The lamb must be of a white colour. Heo Mitchlis Fires Halavdiya. She is a lady of great beauty. Mitchlis Fires, great. Mitchlis Fires, beauty. So she is a lady of great beauty. Fires. Saweta Huni and Wunsumis Sawakas. Sweet honey and of pleasant taste. Wunsumis. Wunsumis. Wunsumis Sawakas. Pleasant taste. Pleasant taste. Wunsumis Sawakas. Sawakas, sorry. Sweet honey and of pleasant taste. Wichinga, the messenger of the Vikings. Wichinga, plural genitive. And so it's Wichinga, something of the genitive, something of the Vikings, a property, a descriptive thing. It's a messenger of the Vikings. We is heard battle hard. We is battle heard hard. Ervetha, same word, just two different spellings, but the same words. Yamundiya, mindful of hardships. Ervetha, Yamundiya, mindful of hardships. So hardships, Ervetha, and mindful of Yamundiya. Farod, Fares, far or advanced in age maturity. So farod is age maturity, and Fares, far advanced in. Ich was Mitchlis Kunes. Ich, I, was Mitchlis Kunes. Kunes as in folk, family, lineage, and Mitchlis as in great. Both are in the genitive, Mitchlis and Kunes. And so it's I was of great family, kin, origin, great lineage. Se was Maris Levis Man. He was a man of famous life. Se was Maris Levis Man. He was a man of famous life. Maris Levis, famous life. Both in the genitive. So it's a property, a description of the man. Tharera Dacha Fasten. A fast of 3 days. Tharera Dacha is in the genitive, 3 days, and it's a property or something of the fast. An lumber Anis Yearis, a lamb of 1 year. So this property, this in the genitive, Anis Yearis, being of 1 year of age, is a property of the lamb. Hence it's in the genitive there. It's something of the lamb. Say was Mitchlis Laris Man. He was a man of great knowledge. And notice great, Mitchlis or Mitchlis, both meaning the same thing. Laris, knowledge, and Mitchlis or Mitchlis, pronounced both separately. Every letter is pronounced in a phonetic language such as Old English. And so you have great, Mitchlis, great, Laris, knowledge. So say was Mitchlis Laris Man. He was a man of great knowledge. We know it's a he, not just the man on the end, because man actually stands for person. The actual word for a male is where, but here the say tells us it's masculine, so we're talking about a man, say. Farod Laris, wise, mature in knowledge. Laris, knowledge. Verrood, wise, mature, advanced in, if you like, in knowledge. All right, the object of a phrase and some verbs like be done, meaning to wait for, and thankian, to give thanks to, require their object to be in the genitive. So the object of the phrase and the object of those two verbs and some others require the object to be in the genitive. And this rule is called the objective genitive. He bideth dormis, he awaits judgment. Dormis is a judgment. He bideth, he waits. And notice that the object of that verb is in the genitive. Hier habeth Freewulves eazan. They have a fear of Freewulf. Freewulves eazan. That's fear of Freewulf. They have. So there's a verb there, and it requires its object, which is Freewulves eazan, to be in the genitive. Hail Thara Yuvana Goda Thankade. She thanked God for the gifts. And the gifts, the object of this phrase are the gifts. They're the object. And both of those, Thara, Yuvana, are in the genitive. It's the object of the phrase. To his fionda Saleya. Saleya, to defeat. It's his foes. Now, his foes, his enemies, are in the genitive there because they are the object of the phrase. If you like, they're the object of the verb here, Saleya. So, to his fionda Saleya, the defeat of his enemies. Volkus Weard, protector of the people. Just notice in the interpretation how we've reversed the order to Volkus Weard becomes, this is the people, Volkus, the people, Weard, the protector, but in translating we just reverse the order. Same thing here, the defeat comes over here, to the defeat of his enemies. Whereas in Old English, the order is just reversed there, to his fionda Saleya. Anyway, just another separate point to note. And coming down here, goddess luvu, and we would translate as God's love, or the love that God has. So the verb here might come first or second in modern English because it could come here, God's love. It maintains the same order as Old English, or we could reverse and say the love that God has. But either way, the genitive in Old English tells us it's something of a property of God. It's the object here, goddess. It's in the genitive, goddess luvu, God's love. Not anybody else's love, God's love. All right, when people or things are described in parts or numbers, then that part appears in the genitive plural. So here we go, parts of things or numbers. All right, now this rule is called the partitive genitive. Now, in a phrase like, or a clause like, he is an hiera, he is one of them. It's a part. And so the partitive genitive comes in. He is one of them. Hiera, plural, with the A on the end. Hiera, plural, one of them. He is an one. He is one of them. An Thara Weaver, one of the women. Thara Weaver. Weaver is in the genitive plural. Thara Weaver. An one of the women. Seavon Mila, well, 7 of miles, but really meaning exactly just 7 miles, just the quantity of 7 miles. That's what that means. Seavon Mila, 7 miles, not 6.5 miles or 7.5 miles. It's actually full stop 7 miles. Thareara sum, Thareara sum, 1 of 3. Thareara sum. So 3, that's related to 3, genitive plural, and sum, 1 of, a certain part, 1 of 3. Er Kuninga, Betsata, best of all kings. Betsata, best, and then Er Kuninga, which is all kings. So it's the best of all kings. Wunderes Dal, Dal meaning small, Dal, small, Wunderes, wonder. And Wunderes, is the plural. Is the genitive plural. Yes, that's right. Genitive plural. Wunderrestal. So small wonder. Anara Yehawalch. Each one. Anara referring to one, but in the genitive, Yehawalch. So taken together meaning each one. All right, some prepositions require their objects to be in the genitive. So you'll see a preposition, and then following it, the object of that will be, all of it will be in the genitive. So underlang thas smalen weyes. Now underlang, along, thas smalen weyes, the narrow road or way. Underlang thas fulan barokes, along the dirty stream. Thas fulan, the dirty, barokes, stream. Underlang, along. Don't forget, after the N there, that G has a G sound. When it follows the N, it has a G sound. Underlang. Next one. Thas perkan wundon with thas heroves. The sparks flew towards the roof. Thas heroves, the roof. And in the genitive here. Thas heroves, the roof. Thas perkan wundon with thas heroves. And don't forget, this is the W, wundon. Next one. Now, with, by the way, sorry, coming back to this one, with is a preposition there. So with, as in against, towards. In Old English, with is against or towards, with. And so it's a preposition. And so thas heroves must follow in the genitive. To erkan thas landes, sheawunga. To erkan thas landes, sheawunga. Aside from the surveying of the land. So the surveying of the land here, thas landes sheawunga. So to survey the land, all in the genitive. And the reason it's in the genitive because it's following this preposition. To erkan. Now this is some prepositions require their objects to be in the genitive. Not necessarily all, but the ones I'm listing here do. To erkan. Aside from to hawilches or hawelches timan, at what time. So hawilches and hawelches are meaning the same thing. They are spelled differently, but variations in spelling for the same word occur, and you just have to get used to it, and you'll see it in the dictionaries when you look it up. So Bosworth, Toller, and some of the others that are available online. So get used to it. And to here is our preposition. In this case, at what time. We have to ures timan, at our time. To, at, so preposition, ures timan. Next bit. Now, the genitive can be used to turn a noun into an adverbial phrase-like form. And this rule is called the adverbial genitive. So, Heora dies und nichtes. She rode day and night. Now, day and night are nouns, and they've been turned into an adverbial-like form by using the genitive. So, she rode day and night. Okay? So, she rode day and night. Heora dies und nichtes. Hier Scythius dies. They travel by day. Dies in the plural. Goddess thunkes, through God's grace. Genitive, God, thunkes, God's thanks, therefore by God's grace. I know that doesn't sort of come across quite obvious to modern eyes, but it was understood in that time to mean through God's grace. Wardus otha dada. Wardus and dada are in the genitive, meaning by word or deed. So you have word in the genitive or dada in the genitive. So you have words, word and deed, and you mean by that. Okay, so you've turned it into an adverbial-like form. Wardus otha dada, by word or deed. Readeth out his ways, is riding each his way. Now, his ways is in the genitive, and readeth out his way, wayus. So is riding each his way. So each is riding his way is what it's trying to say. Each is, in what we'd say in modern English, is each person is riding in their way. So following their own path in life. Rideth each his wayus. So it is riding each his way. Now come down to this next interesting one here. Tha he tha was thider werdes and seo all there voerd thas ham werdes. When he was on the way thither, and the other troops were on the road home. So here we have these in a genitive, and that's telling us something of him. He's on the way thither, and the army or the troops, the fjord, is on their way home. And by giving that, you're turning like homeward is the modern, or this homeward comes from the noun home, and similarly over here, similar sort of interpretation here, but we've turned them into an adverbial form using the genitive. So tha he tha was thider werdes and seo other voerd was ham werdes. So when he was on the way thither, and the other troops were on the road home. Right. Now, some prepositions, verbs, and adjectives take the genitive case. So some prepositions, we've already seen some of that, but some verbs and some adjectives can take the genitive case as well. Mitchless, tall, belled, much too bold. Mitchless, much. Tall, belled, too bold. Upwardes, upwards. Thus gevechtes jaren, the fight eager for, or eager for the fight. Thus gevechtes jaren. Funda, mean, try me. Funda, mean, try me. And a small number of prepositions like fellow, which means many, ouch, each, are followed by a genitive to explain them. So you can have, it adds meaning to them if you like, it clears up the meaning. Fella, thara, kuninga, many of the kings in the genitive, it's something related to them. Fella, thara, kuninga, genitive plural, of the kings. Ouch, thara, bishopa, each of the bishops. Ouch, thara, bishopa, it's something of the bishops, each of the bishops. Okay, and that's it.